It's Friday, February 14th, 2025, Valentine's Day, and you are listening to the Rivian Clubs of America podcast. Hey everybody, what's going on? Zach Winnick here with you as always, and welcome to this fourth episode of the Rivian Clubs of America podcast. It's been a minute. It's been a couple of weeks, and I want to take a second to apologize for the long 2-week delay between episodes. Not what I was planning on doing. And mainly it's because the first week there wasn't very much Rivian news to report on. Except for I think towards the the last episode that we released, episode number 3, I recorded it on Thursday night and set it to post Friday morning at 6 a.m. Pacific time. And Thursday night is when the latest software update for the R1s dropped. And literally an hour after I recorded the show. And that was fantastic. And I was just like, are you serious? So I was like, all right, well, I'll do it. I'll talk about the update the next show the following week. And then there was nothing to report on. And then the following week, I got sick. Whatever flu or whatever is going around, I ended up with it. You can actually kind of hear it in my voice right now. I still have it. I'm probably at 99% now. Today is the best I've felt in 2 weeks. So between those two things, that's why there was no show. So I apologize for that. This is going to be a little bit longer because there is a lot of news to cover that has happened in the past 2 weeks, 3 weeks. We will not talk about the new software update because by now everybody knows about it. But the first thing that I want to start off with is the email and tweet and whatever media drop, let's call it that, that Rivian dropped a couple days ago about their mysterious announcement that's coming on February 19th. So that's 5 days from now. So what is that, Wednesday of next week? So we'll have plenty to talk about on Friday. And I think I was one of the very first people on X to retweet their post or repost their whatever it is. I hate X with a passion, and this is why. So they dropped a teaser that basically shows 4 pictures. The first one is looking out through the gear tunnel of an R1T at a sand dune, presumably in the California desert. The next one was some tracks. Looks like off-road tires or all-terrain tires, in the sand. The second one looks like spikes coming out of a sand dune spikes or a recovery board, traction board. The third one was a black and white photo of the underside of what looks like an R1S with some sand kicking up under it. And Isaiah over at Rivian Updates did notice that the wheels in that photo are different than any wheels that we've seen on an R1 so far. So that was an interesting pickup. And if you notice, you don't really see the color. Well, looking at this photo now through the gear tunnel where it's kind of taken from the door, you can actually kind of see a color. If you haven't seen the email by now, go look at the email. You'll see what I'm talking about. So the rumors are going around that there's a new color, a new model type. It could be the quad motor Gen 2 R1T. Might have some extra special things for off-roading. Definitely the main speculation is the new color, which is really interesting. And it was actually talked about at the Unreal Engine demo, UX demo that was going around a couple months ago, somebody noticed on the list of colors that there was a new color called California Dune. So is that the new color that we're getting? And what does it look like? I did a little investigating as well and found a few sand references that are available publicly on Rivian's website. If you follow me on X, you can see my post from a few days ago, and you can see what I talked about on that. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Also, let's see, moving on. Rivian has announced their new deals and offers for February 2025. So first we have the all-electric upgrade offer, which gives you up to $6,000 off the price of an R1T or an R1S with the max battery. So it's a varying sliding scale, if you will. So it ranges from $3,000 to $6,000 off the price of an R1T or R1S, depending on the configuration of the motors that you get. And if you get the dual motor, whether or not you add the performance upgrade. So $3,000 off starting with the dual motor max battery. If you add the performance upgrade, you get an additional $1,500. So it brings it up to $4,500. And if you're looking for a new tri-motor, then you get the full $6,000. So the only catch to that is that you have to request a trade-in estimate, I should say, a trade-in estimate. And if you're already an R1 owner, you're going to be trading in your R1, or if you have a second car, any car will do. And then you also have to take delivery of the vehicle before March 31st. And keep in mind that this is only for vehicles that are in the R1 shop. These do not cover any custom orders that or build to order orders. They're also offering 1.99% APR on all dual motor max batteries with a performance upgrade. So if you're planning on financing, that is not leasing, that is purchasing the vehicle and getting a loan for it, you get 1.99% APR on any dual motor max battery with the performance upgrade. The 1.99% APR promotional rate is not good on standard battery models, only the max battery and dual motor with the performance. And for that, you do need to take delivery by March 28th. Also, they are offering up to $1,500 for the XPEL stealth package, and it is now sortable in the store as well. It's an option, so you can actually see some vehicles where it has the XPEL stealth paint protection, as well as the dark out package and 22-inch sport wheels, either the dark or the bright ones. So the only catch is that it's only available on Midnight or El Cap Granite. So if those are the paint colors you're looking for and you want to get the XPEL stealth package and the dark out package, you've got it. And also, of course, in addition to that, there is also the rewards program. So if you are a current owner, you can refer yourself and get the 500 points. And if you'll get 500 points for purchasing the vehicle and then 500 points for referring yourself. So you get the 1,000 points. So you can get the dark out cargo bars, or you can get anything in the shop for up to $1,000. And then just as a side note, the $7,500 federal tax credit on leases is still around and probably not going anywhere for a while, but not bringing politics into the podcast. And yeah. So also, speaking of sales and everything, starting tomorrow, February 15th, Rivian is having their first ever sales event at every one of their, well, it's across the entire country. So at any one of their spaces, service centers, or anything like that, they're doing a new, they're calling it the Adventure Now Demo and Drive. And it runs only this weekend, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, because it's a holiday. So if you go and you test drive an R1T or an R1S, you are able to speak with a salesperson, a sales advisor about that. And then also the all electric upgrade, the $3,000 to $6,000 upgrade, plus the $7,500 tax credit. If you're looking for leasing, the $1,500 off the XPEL stealth package, and the $1,000 off using your referral credits and things like that. So definitely, if you're looking for a Gen 2 and you're currently in a Gen 1, or you have another vehicle and you want to purchase another R1, this weekend is the weekend to do it. And then you only have, 6 weeks, 5 weeks to purchase the vehicle, which is totally fine. You'll get it within 1 to 3 weeks. All right, Rivian corporate news. The city of Normal, Illinois, approved a $3 million incentive for not incentive. They're reimbursing Rivian up to $3 million for extending their sewer lines for their new factory. And this will also the town council, I should say. And so this will allow for the expansion of the factory for R2, the new RCVs, and anything, and R3, and R3X. So this is in addition to the $827 million incentive package that the city of Normal offered to Rivian. And if Rivian wanted to invest $1.5 billion, which they're doing, and there's also another $200 million expansion that Rivian will be bringing and more than likely will get approved by the city of Normal. So there's that. Speaking of software updates from earlier on X, Wasim Ben Sayed, who is the VP of software as well as the co-CEO of the Rivian Volkswagen joint venture, did mention that in the next update named or versioned 2025.06, you will finally be able to change your wheels in the car and not have to take it to a service center. So if you have like the 22-inch sport wheels and you purchase a set of 20-inch all-terrains, you can put them on yourself or take them anywhere that does tire changes, and then you'll be able to change it in the software in the car. So that's pretty awesome. So that should be coming, more than likely it will be coming in March, just because of the last update. Plus they released a hot fix for it because there were a couple of bugs and a couple of other like little features that they needed to add. So more than likely we'll see the next update in March. So it's only a couple of weeks away. Today's the 14th. February ends on the 28th. That's literally 2 weeks from today. So hopefully we'll start seeing it push out to all the testers and pre-release people. And then we'll probably get it, the second week in March, like the middle of March, somewhere in there. It's usually a good idea. Another piece of big news, if you're interested in this, Rivian has finally opened fleet orders for the RCV, the Rivian commercial van, with delivery starting in April. So you can, as long as you have a registered business, an LLC, an LP, like whatever, you are eligible to purchase a fleet RCV. And they do everything from one vehicle up to, 200,000 for Amazon. So you are, that is officially open. And the RCVs start at $79,900 for the RCV 500. And then they go up in price from there because there's the RCV 500 and then the 700 as well. I think the 700 was like 88,000 or 89,000. So not too bad. So if you have an LLC or an LP and you're looking for a fleet vehicle, definitely contact Rivian Fleet Sales. There is actually a link on their website. It says fleet, and you just click on that. And then there's a link to contact the Fleet Sales. And then you'll be put in contact with a sales advisor on the fleet side. And I have seen reports of people that did inquire about them previously, a few months ago. They have been getting phone calls and emails. So Rivian is starting to push those. So that's pretty cool. And in addition to that, we will also probably see the EDVs, or we'll just call them RCVs because that's essentially what it is. Outside of Amazon, DHL is rumored to be one. There's been a couple of other photos of other companies that have been testing them or using them as well, wrapped in their company logos and whatever. So we're going to be seeing a lot more of them on the road, which is fantastic because I just started to see a lot more out by where I live. I think I've mentioned before that there is a Amazon distribution center, maybe about 5 miles down the road from me. And it used to be one out of every like 7 or 8 Amazon delivery vans was a Rivian. And now it's probably 3 out of every 5. It's been fantastic to see it. Actually, there goes one right now. I'm looking out at the main street and there's one literally driving down the street as I'm sitting here talking about it, and a Rivian Blue R1S. So if you live in Napa and you are driving a Rivian Blue R1S at 12 o'clock on February 14th, 2025 down Soskel Avenue in front of the car dealerships, you just drove by my window and you're famous. Anyway, so let's see what else. Rivian has also opened their new Miami space in the Aventura Mall in Miami, Florida. That opened last weekend, last weekend. So that opened last weekend. They did do a similar thing like they did here in San Francisco, where they gave all of the Rivian owners in the area a sneak peek and threw like a little party. And that was pretty cool. It is also the first Rivian space in a mall, which is awesome. And it's right across the mall from Tesla, which is even more funny. So that is your Rivian news for today. Well, for the past couple of weeks, I should say. So it's been kind of crazy. In Rivian Clubs of America news, we've begun the transition from WhatsApp and managing the communities through various sources and bringing them all into one app. I think I've talked about this previously in other podcasts, that we are moving our community-based chat system and events management into a app called Halo, Heylo. And we're just finalizing a couple of little tiny things with the team at Halo. They are a very small team. I think they only have about 10 engineers, and they are very responsive. We're kind of, I want to say that we're probably the largest group of, the largest organization that they have on their platform. And we're also, the three of us that are on the tech team we work in tech. So we've been able to help them out a lot with refining their product and everything. And we're, finding a few little things here and there, and they've been very responsive in fixing them. So we are finishing up that transition, hopefully in the next week or so, and we'll be able to roll that out to the entire organization, which is going to be awesome. So if your chapter leaders haven't already talked to you about it or sent out an email, keep an eye out for that. I know that we did just send out an email a few days ago about a new privacy policy that we've added to the website and to the organization as well. It does cover Halo. If you have any questions about that, you can always feel free to email admin@rivianclubs.org, and we'd be more than happy to discuss that with you. But I just wanted to kind of go through the RCA calendar and see what kind of events we have coming up. So Monday, February 17th through Friday, February 21st, Ryan Reel from the Rocky Mountain Rivian Club and also one of the co-founders of RCA is hosting a group camp in Joshua Tree. And it's going to be the entire week. You can come and go. You don't have to be there the whole week. There is a registration fee for this event, and you can find out more information if you just go to halo.group/Rivian Clubs of America. If you are an RCA member, feel free to join. And then there is member pricing and non-member pricing as well. And you'll be able to see that on the event. If you just want to get into the RCA Halo group, you just click on the events or tap on the events tab and you'll see that. It'll be the very first one. Like I said, it is the Rivian Joshua Tree National Park President's Week trip. And there's quite a few people interested in going, which is actually pretty awesome. Speaking of the Rocky Mountain Rivian Club, they are also hosting a backcountry Nordic skiing event at Dead Horse Creek Loop Trail on Sunday, March 16th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And that's going to be at the St. Louis Creek Trailhead in Fraser, Colorado. And it is open to anybody in Rivian Clubs of America. You can find out more information on our Halo group as well. And then Rocky Mountain is also hosting another event, the Corona Pass Road Drive event on Saturday, June 21st from 6:30 to 9:30 a.m. in Winter Park, Colorado. Again, more information is available through the Rocky Mountain Rivian Club or on the Rivian Clubs of America Halo group or coming soon to the events page as well. So that is all for the club events. And I just like to, we're going to wrap up the show now. I just want to say happy Valentine's Day to everybody out there if you celebrate. Happy President's Day if you celebrate that. I know I do because I was born on President's Day. My birthday is actually on the 16th. So happy birthday to me. And yeah, so that's going to do it for this episode of the Rivian Clubs of America podcast. Thank you all for listening. And if you want more information about the podcast, you can always find it at podcast.rivianclubs.org. If you want to become a member of Rivian Clubs of America, obviously check out rivianclubs.org. There's a tab that says membership or join. It starts at $60 a year and you get awesome discounts. You get a fantastic community of people all across the country. We have 37 chapters all across the country. And each one of them has awesome events almost every weekend, especially like during the summer. During the winter, the ones in the mountainous regions where it snows, or obviously, like I said, Rocky Mountain's putting on a bunch of events. I know that there's a couple other like non-Rivian clubs that are doing or non-RCA clubs, I should say, that are doing events as well, where they're doing off-roading in the snow and all that stuff. So there's a lot going on. I know at least here in the Bay Area, we're going to be expanding how we do events and what events we're doing. And there's been a lot of interest in doing off-roading events and off-road training and things like that. We do quarterly campfire chats as well. And it's been kind of fun. So, yeah, all of that is at rivianclubs.org. Any information about the podcast at rivianclubs.org. Feel free to follow Rivian Clubs of America on X at Rivian Clubs, on Instagram at Rivian Clubs of America, or even on Blue Sky, rivianclubs.org. So feel free to follow along there. And thank you all for listening. And we'll catch you all in the next episode. Stay adventurous.